For the next example problem, we'll be analyzing this multi-lane highway segment located in Memphis, Tennessee. We'll be analyzing this segment in purple, which is bounded by two signals, and they are more than 2 miles apart, so that can be clearly analyzed as uninterrupted flow. The data required for this analysis is listed here. We'll be analyzing both directions, eastbound and westbound, at the same time. It's not necessary because both directions are independent, but that's what we'll be doing right now. Please notice that we don't have a measure of free flow speed, so we'll be using HCM's internal equations to compute based on the posted speed limit and other geometric features. Let's get started then by opening the highways module. We're going to click a new file and we start a new multi-lane segment. You'll notice two columns that are the same. The leftmost column is for the first direction. I'm going to set this to eastbound. Direction 2, I'm setting this to westbound. Both of them have 2 lanes in each direction. So let's enter 2 and 2. And I don't have a measure of free flow speed, so I'm going to uncheck the box for both directions. For the base free flow speed, here we have a posted speed limit of 55, and based on HCM guidance, I'm going to add 5 to that, and I'll have a base free flow speed of 60 miles per hour, which is exactly the default value that I already have here. My median type here will be a 2-way left turn lane. As I enter the median one direction, obviously the other one is also updated. I have 12 feet lanes. I have 6 feet of lateral clearance. You may notice the median or left side clearance is disabled, and that's because I selected a 2-way left turn lane median. You can notice that if I select undivided, I also have this input disabled, but if I select divided, I'm able to edit that. So based on HCM guidance, the left clearance is set automatically 6 feet for these 2 median types, 2-way left turn and undivided. For access point density, I have 34 access points on the eastbound direction, but that's not the input that I need to provide. I need to divide 34 access points by 3 miles, and that should give me about 10 point. Let me do the math here. That should give me 34 divided by 3, 11.3 points per mile. For the westbound direction, I have 32 access points divided by 3 miles. That gives me 10.7 points per mile. I have level terrain on both. I have my volumes 1,500 vehicles per hour eastbound, 1,600 westbound, peak hour factor of 0.9, and 6% trucks on both directions. No adjustments to be performed here. We don't have a bicycle lane here, so I can disable those checkboxes. And finally, this is my report. I have first the direction number 1. And here, the performance measures will be very similar to the freeway basic segments. I have a density of 15.5, which in this case gives me a level of service B. For direction 2, I have a density of 16.4, which also gives me a level of service B. And that concludes our example problem for this multi-lane highway segment.